For Comedy Hype News, I'm Jay Will. It's been relatively 9 months since we lost John Witherspoon in October of 2019. The Love actor and comedian will take on some of our favorite roles like Pops in the Wayans Brothers, Mr. Jones in Friday, and of course, Granddad in the Boondocks. Well, before his passing, it was announced that the Boondocks would be returning as a relaunch, complete with new animation, which many for the most part were excited about, but now seeing that Witherspoon has passed, people want to know how they plan on replacing the iconic performance that he gave audiences since 2005. On Sunday afternoon, John Witherspoon's son, JD Witherspoon, would release a tell-all video about his experience with auditioning for the role played by his father on the series. JD, who himself is an actor as well as a voice actor with close to 30 credits according to IMDb, will share his frustration with how he was treated in the process of wanting, in his words, to honor his father.
When I got in the room, the casting director oddly said to me, "Hey, first time in front of the mic?" And I was actually concerned because I was like, no, has no one seen my resume? Did my reps not send it? Which they did.
In the nearly 2-hour video, he would go on to reveal that he suffered anxiety attacks because of the experience. His main gripe appears to be how insensitive things would get during the process of him going after the role held by his late father. And at one point, he would share text messages alluding that the team behind the series were interested for him to take on the role, and that they would later appear to give him a cold shoulder towards the end of their correspondence. I've known these people since I was a kid.
They did tell me about how they reached out to some specific actors literally the same week my dad had passed.
According to JD, the series has in fact already picked a person to replace his father, and he appears to be disappointed by that selection as well. Later in the video, he would get vulnerable about people only seeing him as John Witherspoon's son, which he felt interfered with his audition process by making some involved behind the scenes not taking him serious despite his previous work in the business. And for those wondering, yes, JD does have an impression of his dad, in which he actually shared on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast in early 2019.
JD, what you doing today? You got work? You gotta go sit back and talk to all them people. Hi.
In all, JD does still offer the show his grace, but would let it be known that he will not be watching and that no one from his family is directly involved. I don't give a shit about that cartoon. I care about my dad. And on Instagram, he would write, "I'm doing this for clarity, for all those who ask me about this every single day. I will not be voicing my father. I do not want to work with those involved, and I'm completely fine with that." Now, this isn't the first time the series will get caught up in a controversy, as it is documented that show creator Aaron McGruder would part ways with the series after season 3 on Adult Swim. However, it was announced last year that McGruder will be returning for the new run of the show at HBO Max. As far as the latest regarding the series, there have been no new announcements yet on who will take on the role to play Granddad, but we'll keep you posted as more develops. Let's talk about it more in the comments below. How could this have played out differently? And for more news and comedy, be sure to head over to comedyhype.com and follow us across all social media. For Comedy Hype News, I'm Jay Will.
Makes me really angry, but that's Hollywood, man. Nobody gives a about anybody's feelings. And